Hi, it's Belinda, Aussie Stitcher, coming to you with this Flosstube extra of my Mirabilia whip and stash parade. So it's been many years since I last did this because I went through all my stash and it got actually really quite overwhelming. And I have a feeling this is probably going to do the same again. So might have to do this in a couple of lots to clear up mess I've got. Piles over here and piles over there. So, but before I get into it, I just want to do just a quick shout out to a couple of people who have seen do Mirabilia whip parades and stash parades, and I enjoyed it, as well as and I'll do that now. I may have missed something. I might not have a whip or something in my stash because I can't find it. Not sure yet. I have yet to do a whip parade, end of year whip parade, or one of these stash things without missing something. So it's probably going to happen. It is what it is. I've also tried to close windows to stop glare as much of my glasses, and I don't think it's made one iota of a difference. So there's that as well. Right. So on to a couple of people that I've Googled, because I Googled fancy ladies or Mirabilias, and they had done like a stash parade of Mirabilias or whips, or they stitch a lot of Mirabilias and I enjoy it. So one of them is Cross Stitch the Globe. They're two ladies and they stitch a range of things, but they did a sash dive and a whip into their Mirabilias. One lady has quite a few on the go and wanting to start more. One has one on the go. It was Alison. She started Lady of the Flag and her goal is to finish it by a certain date. She also has bags that she puts the stuff in, and she stitches a motif that represents the pattern onto these bags. And that as she finishes a whip, she'll put a new one in there, and her bag will have all these different motifs representing the whips that she's had. So it was a really cool idea. They are extremely happy and bouncy. I often watch Flosstube when I wake up in the morning at 5, and I have listened to them, and it's a great way to start the day. They're happy, bouncy, just awesome to listen to. Another one is Cross Stitch Bunny. She did, again, I can't remember if it was fully a whip or stash parade or both, but she was a lovely, lovely lady. So nice to listen to. Her work is beautiful. Another one to a really good watch. Oh God, I can't pronounce this. So this one is Hugge Stitcher. Huggle Stitcher. She's Samantha and she's from Canada. She's another very happy, bouncy lady that stitches a range of things, but she went through all her Mirabilias and she has such a love for them and enthusiasm, like such enthusiasm, and how she stitches it and how she plans to stitch them. It's very engaging, very awesome to watch. She's very awesome. Another one is Crossed by Floss. She did an amazing whip parade, and I think she did a stash parade as well of Mirabilias, but she stitches all on Ada. And for people who want to stitch these things but are like, oh, I can't do even weave, I can't do Belfast, she stitches them all on Ada. She stitches on 14 count, 16 count, and she's been known to do a couple on 18 count. It is possible. Her work is amazing. And if you're too scared to start on Belfast or even weave, do Ada and watch her. She is an amazing stitcher. Also some other stitchers who I watch, and this is not limited to, because a lot of people stitch Mirabilias, but Stitching Mummy has quite a few that she's done and finished, and they look amazing. She also does a lot of full coverage. So if you're into full coverage, she's your lady. Who else? I had some written down and I'm like, oh, I'll remember the rest. Who else is, yeah, I'm now going to be stumped. Lots of Flosstubers do a Mirabilia here or a fancy lady. They're, you know, Joni Elliott or something. I did find just putting in the search bar fancy ladies or Mirabilia, it helped. It helped find stitches, Flosstubers that have that same enthusiasm as that I do. And I didn't really quite realize how much enthusiasm I had until I pulled out all the stuff. If you have anyone else that you think of that you're like, you should be watching this person, put it down below and people go through the comments. You might find someone who you want to watch as well. Right. I did have some more names in my head and now they're gone, so I do apologize. Jessie Marie. Jessie Marie is another one who does a lot of Mirabilias and fancy ladies. Kay's Cave of Crafts. She is stitching Lady of the Flag and she did an amazing conversion. I think it was Gypsy Mermaid. Stitch and Button and Sammy J Stitches and Sarah Stitching Kingdom, they all do Mirabilias. Not necessarily a lot of Mirabilias, but they do Mirabilias. Stitching Noni, she's another one. I don't think she's making Flosstubes at the moment, but I think her old ones are up and she has an amazing range. So many people. Put the names down. I know I've missed hundreds. It's an amazing genre. This is going to be a big one. There's going to be zips, there's going to be crunkling, and I'm going to do the best I can. And I'm probably, as I'm looking at this, I'm overcommitted and just thought, oh, I'll just bring everything out and it'll be fine. No, I'm going to do one section and then put it away. I don't know, I'm not going to go through bags and I'm not going to go through fabric, to be honest. Otherwise we'll be here forever. If I can remember it straight off, I will tell you. They're either on 28 count or 32 count fabric. Because there's a lot. That's literally all I'm going to say. There's a lot. Right, we're going to start with whips. 8 minutes in, we're going to start with whips. And we're going to start with, because I'm literally going to grab and show March Fairy. This is for my daughter Iona. And this is where I'm up to on this one. I think I might just do a quick rundown of fabrics on whips only, not on pre-sorted stuff. So this is a Colour Cascades Colour of the Month, and I don't know the exact name. I love it. Iona was a bit annoyed that her birthstone does not have purple in it, so it's on purple fabric. Next one is, I feel like I should have also done a finish parade of all my Mirabilias finished. And I'm just going to stop quickly. I have finished, off the top of my head, Sirens in the Shipwreck, Idea the Garden Fairy, Summer Queen, Snow Queen, the Peridot Fairy, Enchanted Mermaid. I've done the Christmas Elf Fairy. I've done in the Nora Corbett letters the S I and M in the fairies. What else have I done? Touching the Autumn Sky. Those are the ones I have finished. So I have finished, I mean, I say it out loud, quite a lot, and I'm pretty sure I've missed some. But I have started a lot, but I have finished quite a bit as well. All right, I have Winter Queen. And this is on 32 count Belfast Glacier and Picture This Plus. And this will not be coming out as a focus until I have done the other queen. So this one I will do, I'm doing autumn, and then this one will come out. And I feel like I've got that upside down. And this one I am going to do the Whisper thread on. This one I am hoping to finish after I finish Autumn Queen. This is the Day Nymph, and I do have the Ninth Nymph. And they both stitch on 32 count from Under the Sea, that one. And here she is. I do not have much more to go on this one. It's all in that specialty threads as well, the Vadoni threads, cotton ones. But yeah, love it. This one is Spring. Spring Queen by Mirabilia. They're all by Mirabilia. Don't know why I keep saying that. And this is on 32 count Belfast Highland in Picture This Plus. And that is what I've got. All of a sudden, I feel like we've gone a little bit darker than what we were. But I feel like that's a pretty good accurate of the fabric anyway. I had actually misplaced the chart. I knew where it was, but it was not in here, which is why zipping up becomes essential. Fairy Moon. Number 2. And this is on from Chromatic Alchemy, Fairy Moon. And I don't have the name on it, but it was one of those that was dyed 2 colors. And that's what I have done. Absolutely love it. This one is 3 for Tea. It's one of the few that are still on the cover. Sorry about that. 3 for Tea. This kind of reminds me of my girls. This is stitched on fabric, 28 count. Doesn't tell me. And that's where I'm up to. And I've done side to side of the chart. Sip of coffee. This is Stargazer. And this is stitched on "28 Lagana Opal Blue Moon" by Colour Cascades. And this is where I'm up to. That's probably quite a good accurate representation of the fabric. This was a restart last year, I think it was. Tree of Hope. And this is on an Australian dyer, Fancy Fabrics, 28 count, Brittany Even Weave, Bright Sky. And I'm pretty sure I got this from A Stitch in Time. And somewhere a bit different, I've actually started at the top. This one has so many beautiful silks. Love working on silks. This is the Forest Goddess. And do we have, this is stitched on 28 count Lagana in Highland. Oh, this is actually quite sad of a start. I think this was my start and I haven't stitched on it since. But the colours are beautiful, what I have stitched. This is Sleeping Beauty, and this is stitched on 32 count Picture This Plus Aerial. It's a big piece of fabric for the tiniest amount of stitching. I'm not even sure if that's the way it goes, but don't think it really matters. You're not going to see. And you do need a fat half for this. Who knows, but the way I'm going with restarts, it's going to be a restart. This is Stuck, that's what it is. This is Shakespeare's Fairies. And this is stitched. I think I've got the card in here. It's on a Picture This Plus fabric anyway. 28 count or 32 count. And that is where we're up to. I always like starting in the middle and then working out to the sides. I think that's a good accuratisation of the fabric. But yeah, that's where we're up to. I do know that randomly, some Mirabilias are just really easy to stitch. Others seem to take a bit more line power. This is an easy stitch. I really enjoy stitching on it. Okay. This one is Portrait of Veronica. This is on another Picture This Plus fabric, but I don't know what it is. And this I did stitch on this year, and this was really a make it or break it time. And I decided I actually still really like stitching on it. Possibly more accurate. If you're new to my channel-ish and you're like, what's with the walls? We're still renovating the house, painting. If you ever go back to my previous videos, you would have seen where I went with no kitchen for 18 months. So this doesn't bother me nearly as much as probably what it could. Not having a kitchen for 18 months, that kind of bothered me towards the end. So happy I got a kitchen now. And we're still in the process of finishing off stuff, but living on a farm, working on a farm, takes time and busy and money. Circle of Friends. This again reminds me of my girls. And this is stitched on 32 count Belfast, but I don't know the name of the fabric. That's where I'm up to. It's pretty quite funny. The stitches here, and it's a little bit harder to see, but in real life I can see them quite well. Royal Holiday. This is also stitched on a Picture This Plus Glacier from memory, and this was also pulled. I think this was also pulled for next year as well. But oh, I just love those colours. My lighting is a little bit off. And that's because I have closed the curtains, but I noticed last video when I had some open, I didn't feel right. It looked a bit more washed out than normal. You win some, you lose some. Right, we might need to start moving stuff over there. This is one I had just shown you in my whip update. Fairy Flora. And this is stitched on a 28 count Silver Springs by Coloured Cascades. And because it was a restart, I decided to start from the bottom. looks way more purpley than what. I wonder if I made a boo-boo. That's for another time. This is Midsummer Night's Fairy. And this is stitched on a 32 count Jobelan Whimsical Winter by Under the Sea. It goes this way. I feel really bad with the lighting, but I don't think there's a lot I can actually do. This is one that got pulled on to work this month, so I'm not actually going to show you my update because it was a restart. But I just worked on the peony garden, and I'm going to save the update of what it looks like in my actual update. I'll give you a hint. Purple fabric. Oh, I'm just going to reach over for this one. This is the Bliss Fairy. A lot of these I started with friends. God, this is quite puny for start. And I haven't got back to them. And I don't necessarily know. It's not really an exciting start. I'm feeling self-conscious with the lighting, to be honest, but it is what it is. I'm definitely not restarting this. This is Queen Mariposa. Oh my God, that, all right, we're gonna pause and I am gonna do something because it is now annoying. I was hoping to get through without pausing, but anyway. Let's see. Where were we? Queen Mariposa, and that looks heaps better already. Sorry if you've kind of gone, oh, that was a bit annoying. This is 28 count confetti by Hand Dyed by Stephanie's. And that is my start. Ooh, itchy nose. I don't seem to have a cover pick for this. Anyway, this is this is Mermaid of the Pearls. And this is stitched on a Colour Cascades fabric. And that's what it looks like. And if I've got a picture somewhere and I remember to do it, I shall stick it in here. That one goes over here. This is Emerald Mermaid. And this is stitched on Colouring Cotton 28 Cashel CIELO. And this was a restart too, not that long ago. I'm not sure which one. I think it goes this way actually. And that's my little star or restart. Don't know necessarily if that helped any, but I feel like it has. I could probably sit here all the video and worry about light. Try, move on. And then itchy nose again. Right. This is Villa Mirabilia. And this is stitched on, I think, 32 count Hole in the Sky by Colour Cascades. And this was a restart a year or so ago as well. It is just a beautiful mint green. Didn't grab it in the end. Garden Prologue. And this is stitched on 28 count Angels of the Morning by Colour Cascades. And my very, very mute start. And this could actually be upside down. I don't know. It is beautiful though. Haven't got back to it. I am, if you've been watching my videos for a while, you notice I'm trying to whip down. I'm up to 50 something. 45 to 50, and I'm trying to get down so that I'm making decent progress on all my whips. I haven't been doing as many starts. I kind of want to do a start in every 5 finishes, and I don't stitch a lot every month. I'm averaging anywhere between 5,000 and 7,000 stitches. When it hits the 7,000, that's actually quite a lot. I average around 5,000. Autumn Queen, so finishes are not something that happens on a regular basis. This though is hopefully going to be a finish this year. I've just got her hair and the beading to go. Right. That is my actual whips. I don't think I'm going to do a stop and start. What I am going to do though is move these back over here so I can start again. Right. These ones are ones that I have kitted up, and these are the ones I'll show the fabric briefly, but I'm not going to go into much detail. I just want to not make this like freaking long and trying to upload in good old country WA internet. Cathedral Woodland Goddess. And this is the fabric I've chosen on. This is Nature's Dancers by Hand Dyed by Stephanie, and this is what Sophie's picked out. And honestly, I don't know when I'm going to start these, because I think I want to start more samplers and stuff, because I feel like I've got quite a lot of Mirabilia whips as it is. This is Nightingale, and I've got Lock. Oh, this is the same fabric as Shakespeare Fairies, Lock by Picture This Plus. For most of these, I do have all the beads and any special with threads. This one is Mediterranean Mermaid, and this is a Picture This Plus Serene. This is Mermaid of Atlantis, and she's another one I'm pretty sure that has, oh no, not the one I'm thinking of. And this, As You Wish by Under the Sea. This is the other nymph with the fabric. Let me just bring out the fabric. It's the same fabric, I just cut it in half. But yeah. Sometimes it is a bit like, oh, Christmas. This is Athena, the Goddess of Wisdom. And I really wasn't sure whether I was going to continue doing, like, starting this. But my daughter Sophie was like, I actually like that. And this is Frost by Colour and Cotton. Just a very neutral, because that is quite a busy background, so we decided to go for a very neutral background. That's a very busy picture, which is why we decided to go with a neutral background. That owl looks super duper cute. And has some specialty threads. I have to admit, I do love a good Mirabilia with silks. So if you have watched me for any length of time, you know that I started a Mirabilia red and I did the purple conversion, and that's when I discovered personally my brain doesn't like converting. It just played with me so badly that I ended up just ditching it, got rid of the chart, everything, and then recently I rebought it. But I'm going to do it as red, and I'm going to do this on Picture This Plus Forget Festo to try and bring out all those reds and those whites in that dress. See how that goes. Let's see if this one goes any better. But the detail in that dress was beautiful. And if you look, there's a lady, I think her name was Beverly. She did amazing conversions for red. There was like a purple one. I feel like there was a blue one. So many different colors She put it all on a blog, which she gave freely to people. I don't actually know if it's still out there. Google for like a Mirabilia red conversion, should bring it up. Amazing lady, very clever. I just couldn't do it. Oh. This one obviously is Belinda's still trying to decide what fabric. So we got Gypsy Mermaid. And I've got Heaven's Fury by Under the Sea, which is opalescent. Or I've got Pole Stitches. I'm not sure what colour it is. I'm not sure if I don't know. This might have been a to be decided. I do love the fact that she is like different colours, like oranges, and just, it's different. And I think that's pretty cool. Right, this will be a restart. I had started her on this fabric, so Rapunzel, and I had started her on this pink fabric from Colour Cascades, and like I never worked on her, and then I realized it's for Iona, and she's not a pink girl. She is, though, a purple girl. So on this other Colour Cascades, Lavender Fields. And I think that's going to work really, really well. That hair is just super amazing. I know when she came out, there was a lot of people that was a bit upset that it wasn't a blonde. It's based on a fairy tale anyway. I think she's gorgeous. This is one that Michaela's picked out that she would like me to do for her, and that's the Petal Fairy. And she's picked out from Seraphim, hand-dyed fabrics by Laurie. This one. Don't know how that's going to go. I feel like that's really busy. This could be in a... Mind you, I thought about that when Sophie picked her fabric for Enchanted Mermaid, and it worked perfect. So sometimes you just got to go with it. This is going to be another restart, and I thought I had picked the fabric, but now I'm not so sure. So this is Moonflowers, and I had it on this fabric, but the fabric is actually pretty much identical to Krynic that it uses, and it uses a lot of Krynic. And I had picked this fabric, but I don't think this is going to work either with that dress. So back to the drawing frame we go. This is not a Mirabilia, but I'm going to show it to you anyway. This is Three Fairies by Mind Blank, that's who it's by. The Firefly Fairies. No, I've really opened it up. It's not a butternut road, it's the other one. You know who I'm talking about. Lavender and lace. Again, my 3 girls. And I've picked this fabric for it so far. I don't want to do the sunburst on it, personally. Samantha, that Canadian stitcher, she has, I think it's her that got the fabric for it, and it looks amazing what she's chosen. Debated whether to maybe change my mind, but I don't think I will. This is Muka, and trying to decide fabric for it. This is not the right sizing for it, but we're thinking like this pinky colour, Lotus Flower by Colour Cascades, but I would need a bigger fabric for it. But I might need to go and get like a real neutral. We'll see. We will see. Last in that little bunch is Lady Mirabilia. And I've got Chocolate Milk by Hand Dyed by Stephanie as a contender. Don't know. Some of these I really don't know. I've just put fabric with them because I like the idea of that fabric or a similar colour, and it's good sometimes to have that in it. So it just helps. Right, I'm just going to quickly put these in my basket, and we're going to go for the other ones I have. Oh. We're still going, people. Right. A lot of them I have all the beads. I've done an order and it's just kept in the bag. But we're not going to go through everything, otherwise we'll be here for hours. At the Met. Love her. Stitch and Button stitching her. Quite a few people are stitching her. Love the details in the whole thing. The dress, the little archy way. Just love it. Crystal Sympathy. Sympathy. Oh my God. You know what I mean. I find sometimes if I say a word wrong, if I try to repeat it, I'm just going to keep saying it wrong. So we're just going to stop there. She's beautiful. Lots and lots of white. Need 3 skeins of white. Lots of DMC. Lots of beads. So when I'm looking at a Mirabilia now, I got really caught out with Adia, the Garden Fairy. If it has lots of beads, I tend to automatically do a 28 count so that it fits a little bit better, especially with hand-dyed fabric. Everyone is different. Everyone, you know, it is what it is, whatever makes you feel comfortable. But I would do this on a 28 count. This one I could almost get away with the 32 because there's not a lot of beads. Mind you, there's 3 packets of one and 2 of another, so that might have changed my mind. Oh, see this decoration? Yeah, I would go 28 when I look at it a bit closely with all the detail beads in that dress. This is Felicity's Fort. I never liked it until she stitched it, and then I really liked it. Gypsy Queen. Beautiful, bright, colourful. And the Queen Bee. My mother-in-law is into beekeeping, and I kind of felt that was pretty cool. That's that lot. This is Lily of the Woods. So pretty. Love that wing and how it's done. And I'm thinking of doing it on that fabric. I've obviously half kitted that up. This one I wrought and I fell in love. Renate's Mermaid, and I've never stitched it. Don't know why. She's beautiful, a little bit different with the peacocky theme as my camera keeps moving. And I've got some fabric for that one, but I'm definitely not sure on that one. Fairy Idle. I have some fabric for that one too, but it's blue, and I'm honestly, as I'm looking at it, go, I think it actually could work, maybe. But this has a lot of little different details in the design as well. I find that really cool. I'm not going to take this one out of the bag. Petal Fairy, I think that one's called. And I've got that one as the contender, but I'm not sure on that one either. I think it definitely needs a neutral with all those beautiful colours in the skirt. God, this camera is starting to annoy me. Right. Sorry for all the crinkle. We have Delphine's Butterfly Brigade. Love all the butterflies, love the colours. Floss list is freaking huge, so I'm reading the back. Sorry for my camera doing the Blackbird. I love, it's a bit weird, and I will admit that, but I love how the dress has different pictures on it, like almost themes. And the Muse. I love that too. A little bit different. Love the colours. And that definitely needs kind of like a plain fabric. This doesn't actually have, oh yes it does, as I look at it a bit better. Heel heels I was going to say. Right. This is going to be quite loud if you're wearing earphones. Trying to get into it. Actually, I don't think I will. It's that one there, one of the latest mermaids. What's it called? The Sea Merchant's Wife. Sorry, so sorry, people. That one is quite beautiful. I'm a sucker for a good mermaid. Queen of Peace. It's a little bit bent. She is just beautiful. I like the name, title of it, and just the colours. Don't know how that one's going to be bent. Right. The Dreamer. This reminds me a little bit of, well, I was going to say Princess and the Pea, and there is a Princess and the Pea one kind of thing, but yeah, I don't know, it's so beautiful. Love the colours. Christmas flourishes. Yeah, beautiful colours again. Huge DMC list, not so much on the bead list. Very beautiful. The garden party. Oh, I like the scene in this. It's just so pretty. This camera is driving me slightly bonkers. Beautiful. Christmas elegance. So back when I first started cross stitching, I actually brought this and then kind of got talked out of it, not stitching in it. Why would you want to stitch people? Why do you want people hanging? So I got rid of it and I regretted it and I ended up rebuying it. Cinderella. I love the little castle in the background and it just adds like a nice little touch, and the fact that she doesn't have a glass slipper on. It's the little details. Mermaid Undine. This has actually got quite a small DMC list. Got some Karen water lilies and a little bit of beads. And this one, some of these I've obviously picked fabrics for. Shimmering Mermaid. And I've got that fabric from Colour Cascades as my fabric, and I actually do like that for that. I just love the colours in this. And the little extra details. We're still going, peoples. I have Lavender Mist. Sometimes you don't know why, but something just catches your fancy, and that one did. I like the colours in it. Dressmaker's Daughter. Seen a couple of people stitch this. Tina Stitches. I think she's stitching this. It's just different, but it's a beautiful Mirabilia. My Lady's Garden. I can't garden to save my life, but I really like that one. This is a Nora Corbett, Poison Ivory. I do like that. The greens. Maidens of the Season, Part 1. I like how the border around it kind of goes with the season as well. Miss Colombian Nymph, something. Love the colours. Blue is my favourite colour. Love that. And that's a Nora Corbett. This one's stuck. Rose Celebrations. I love the movement in this. Hands up, flowers in the air, colours. So beautiful. Rosamond. Love a good big one. This is a big one. Kind of got Sleeping Beauty vibes. Or Snow White when she eats the apple. Rose of Provence. This is another one I've seen other people stitch and I just loved. Didn't like it until I saw other people stitch it. I have the photo for this somewhere. Persephone. Jessie Marie stitched this and I fell in love with it when she did it. She changed the background a bit. Springtopia Garden. That one. I love how simple this is with lots of detail in the little garden and the wings. Oh God, Belinda needs to learn not to sit on the floor. She's getting to the age, but this is not a good idea. Blossom, love the colours in this and the little pictures on the flowers on the dresses, and yeah, just love it. Another Nora Corbett, Miss Ladybug. And this is quite like a small one. Doesn't have a lot going, like lot DMC or beads. Be a good one to start. Under the Friendship Tree. I've got Iris in the Nora Corbett. I've also got Catch the Wind by Butternut Road, which is not a Mirabilia, but I kind of put them on. I've got to move my leg. The South Seas Mermaid. So beautiful. Kind of want to start everything. Mermaids of the Seasons 2. Love the cape on this. Titania, Queen of Fairies, which does not have a picture on it. I don't know where it is. We might come back to that one. And if I can't find it, I might put it in. Christmas Eve. Love this one. I'm saying that to all of them. Love this one. Lady of the Mist. She's another big one. I do like one that has a bit of background to it. And I like the details in that dress. The one that reminds me of Lady in the Pea, Sleeping Princess. All those mattresses. And this one is Florentina. I love her face and the cat. And here we go. Titania, Queen of the Fairies. Those wings is bloody awesome. Focus. So beautiful. All right. I'm so sorry, guys. I need to think about where I am sitting. Rose Arbor. Love the little beautiful flowers in that. This one also doesn't have a cover, and I don't know where it is, but this is Butterfly Fairy. Hopefully I'll stick a picture in here, but this was one of the re-releases on the 25th year. And this is Mermaids of the Deep Blue. Don't know why I haven't started this. I love it. And I will show you the fabric. I came across this fabric dyeing for cross stitch, and I just thought it was perfect. And I would have it, yeah, so that, I don't know how I would have it, but maybe probably like this. Who knows, I might change my mind now about that fabric. And are we up to Lucky Last? This was a gift from Lisa Stitching and Such from New Zealand, Silver Moon Tea. And I think, guys, that is it. This is basically full coverage, so you just need, if you wanted the fabric to show, you just pick a fabric that would go well. And that's it. Sure, I've missed one. I always do. But that is my Mirabilias with a couple of other bits and pieces. I have a lot, but I love every one of them. After I did my very first Mirabilia Whip Parade and Stash Parade, I actually did a hard cull. After I did all my Whip Parade, all my Stash Parade, I did a hard cull. Because as I was going through it, I realized there was some that I just didn't really love as much as others. And I can't stitch forever. That's the reality. And designers keep coming out with amazing things. But I'm really happy with what I've got. Not necessarily going to start any of this stuff here anytime soon, but I'm happy with what I've got and that I could start something and I would love it. So yeah, thank you. Thank you for everyone who has inspired me to do this, that I watch, that cheer me along. You guys are amazing, and I've had fun, even though my legs are now telling me that at 42 years old, you cannot sit on the ground. And I think we went through this when I did my plans video, and I forgot old age and all. So thank you for sitting through this, watching, putting up with all the crinkling, which probably got really annoying, and I tried my best to minimize it. You guys are amazing. Happy stitching. Bye.